Bitch, are we in Ohio? Cause it's a volcano in here. Ha ha ha!
Telling me we had like 1 or 2 days. And then it went, ah, joke's on you, I'm not done yet. So yeah, we're in Barrel Volcano. We're playing the Smurpagas.
Oh right, those are those donuts.
Yeah, they're donut blocks. They fall when you stand on them. Chain Kong, yeah, all things we've seen already. Saw him in that last episode.
I don't even know why I'm narrating this. I'm probably gonna cut it from the video.
I don't know. I'll keep it in because we haven't seen him today.
You know what that model reminds me of? Do you remember Bucky O'Hara?
A little.
Like, yeah. They had an ape guy on their team. He had like psychic powers. His model kind of reminds me of like the toy figure thing.
I do not remember an ape guy.
I think he showed up late in the cartoon or something.
You know what he reminds me of? Donkey Kong.
They're not related.
I think specifically it reminds me of Donkey Kong. Not only because it's obviously Donkey Kong, but... or Donkey Kong XP. Or whatever the word is. You have to leave and re-enter?
I think so.
But because the... like, pseudo 3D art style. Since that's like Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah. Well, this is what it's supposed to be based. It basically is. It's that art style that Donkey Kong Country had going for it.
We did it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. I don't want to have to fight all of them. That's a lot.
I'll have to use like Geno Blast or something. Just like rain down rainbows on them.
Never mind, it's only one enemy. Which is arguably worse because we can't just AoE him down. The Tzar Dragon. Let's see here. The Tzar Dragon has 1400 HP.
Ah, fire.
He can cast Flame Wall and Water Blast. Weird. Let's see.
I mean,
here.
I guess it's not that weird considering underwater vents are like underwater volcanoes.
Yeah.
Outside of the actual underwater volcanoes.
Yeah, you think Water Blast, it's like hot water spewing out because of steam and such. Let's see here. You can also use Iron Maiden, which I forget what is. He is strong against fire, sleep, and critical.
I'll tell you what Iron Maiden is. Iron Maiden is somehow a band name that hasn't been made into a stand yet.
Don't tell me how. Doesn't make sense to me. If you use Psychopath on him, he says, "Flamin' hot, right at ya." What is Iron Maiden?
Oh, you summon stuff. A Helio.
Helio. Let's see here. Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden just puts fear on you.
So, nothing we have to worry about.
Yeah.
Psych Bomb.
What are those? Helios?
Yeah.
Let me see what I can find about a Helio.
They're dead.
Well, I still want to know.
Well, they're dead now. Should I use Boost on Peach?
They have 10 HP each.
Well, then that was overkill. Should I use Boost on Peach?
Whatever. Sure. I would. Yeah, Helios, they have 10 HP. They do not cast spells, they do not have special attacks, nothing, they just melee attack, that's it.
Water Blast.
They are strong against fire, fear, poison, sleep, and silence. So, most things. And you can Psychopath them, and they say, "I'm burning up inside."
Well, with the name Helios, it kind of implies they're supposed to be sun-like, so...
Yeah. They're named after the Greek sun god.
Helios.
A little much for something with 10 HP.
Ugh, that was weird.
Oh, and while I was thinking about,
Iron Maiden.
No, I already did that one. I was gonna look into Geno Whirl. I was gonna look into that one. It is, you have to hit the button right as the whirl is leaving the screen.
What do the Helios do? I know you probably...
They just punch you.
Oh, they just do that.
As far as I could tell, they don't have any spells or special attacks in their list.
That's a lot of FP for just one attack. We need to go back and get those badges.
Yeah.
Just stick them on Gino and Bowser or whatever.
Let's see here. Yeah, Geno Whirl, if you press Y right as the attack leaves the screen, you deal 9,999 damage to an enemy. It does not work on bosses, with only some exceptions. For example, you can use it on some of King Calamari's tentacles. You can use it on Yuridovich's Mirage. Let's see here. You can use it on the chest monsters, like Box Boy, Chester. You can also use it on the clones created by Belome. And a couple things we have not yet met yet.
Not yet met yet?
Yep.
Watch what I do with Geno Beam here. Whoop.
The crap was that?
But the funnier thing is you can actually hear a jump, too.
Yay, we did it! What's that?
Oh my god, the ghost came back!
Oh no! Let's see, so this is Zom-bone. Zom-bone is where the real fight begins.
Ah!
Zom-bone has 1,800 HP, more HP than Tzar Dragon. He can cast Blast, Storm, and Boulder, as well as use Scream, which I'm not sure what does.
It did that thing that I did when I got hit by boulders.
Fear.
Ah.
Scream is fear.
Well, the exact same thing, then.
Yeah. He's also strong against Fire, Ice, Fear, Poison, Sleep, and Critical, but he's weak to Jump and Thunder.
I can jump. I'm the jump man.
Weak to that jump element. If you psychopath him, he says, "Hey, we're not done yet."
I notice you're trying to fear the one guy who can actually be feared.
Good job. So I think it's funny because Zom-bone kind of implies that the Tzar Dragon had, like,
Skeletal.
like skin on a skeleton, but Tzar Dragon was just made of Podobos.
Don't you mean lava bubbles?
Podoboos. Like, even if you just looked at him, not only did he, like, was made from him when they came together, but when you looked at him, like, his neck was just a whole bunch of Podoboos. You could see the face on each one.
I hate to say it, but I think our physical attacks do better than the actual magical attacks.
Well, let's see here. Probably his defense is 60. His magic defense is 100. So probably good at the physicals.
And he's dead.
Yay! And now he's dead for good.
Lucky, I'm gonna bet it.
Oh yeah, that actually goes directly counter to Tzar Dragon, who has a much lower magic defense, but a much higher physical defense.
I'm gonna go this way.
So you were supposed to use magic against Tzar Dragon and physical against Zom-bone. How does our attack
Hey,
fare?
cool, a star.
Attack is 160, magic attack is 80. Yeah, Tzar Dragon is also... Hey, star!
Alright, no need to linger in the air too long here.
Yeah, come on down. We got places to be.
I got... I got it?
I don't got it.
But it did the animation for me.
I'm gonna be honest, this music is not good for this. I want some friggin' Power Rangers epic music playing here.
I'm curious. If the camera didn't pan down to Mario, what happens to their sprites? Do they just, like, disappear?
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet they just blink out of existence. No reason to...
Somebody should do a series about that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how far they would animate them, but... You don't insult the mustache. And you don't know nothing about Mario!
There's that Blade guy again.
Yeah, they mentioned Blade before. Oh yeah, got that. Isn't this like the only place in the game this music plays? No, I didn't. I think it also plays in like a pipe maze or something.
No.
Or no, maybe this is it.
I think this might be the only time, because it's supposed to imitate the timers almost up kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you're rushing.
Yeah. I really like the old...
Because it's the underground, like, time's almost up, speed up music.
Yeah, I really like the old Mario music for it, though.
Especially considering we're underground in a volcano.
Like, I'm a sucker for nostalgia.
So am I.
Like, you're gonna play a remix of that old song I really liked from that game I played in my childhood? You have my heart.
Who puts these springs here?
It just naturally formed in the environment. Wait, I fell in the top of this thing beforehand. You mean if I just, like, aimed a little bit differently, I could have just fallen right on the star?
Hmm. Shut up already.
Oh, that's big.
I thought it was just some guy named Blade, not a giant airship. What is this, Final Fantasy?
Yeah, that's a pretty Final Fantasy looking thing there.
We fight for evil.
Evil.
We live for disorder. We like what we do. We struggle for chaos. I'm hungry. She's fat.
That, I don't know, man, that we like what we do felt a little lackluster compared to the other ones.
Yeah, compared to the fact the guys were like, we're evil. We'll murder your family and your pets.
We struggle for disorder. Can't be having that hope thing. Rude. So yeah, while all the Axem Rangers are here, this is kind of rough, because that's 5 guys you're fighting. Now, your first priority, hands down, beat the crap out of Pink. Single target her down, don't worry about anything. Beat the living crap out of Pink, because she will heal everybody, and that is crap I don't want to deal with. I'm gonna see if I can get some information on each of them.
I'm at least glad it gave me full health for this whole thing. Oh, I think Pink's out already.
Yep, that's Pink out.
It done changed brands. Static.
Okay, Axem Pink, she only had 400 HP.
Yeah, that was definitely more than that.
Let's see here. Pretty well balanced. Otherwise, she can cast Petal Blast, Recover, and Mega Recover. So, yeah, don't mess with that crap. If you Psychopath her, she says, Red, wrong position!
Who's next?
I don't know. Pink is always my priority one. I don't know,
I might as well go for green, because he's got some magic for him.
Alright. Take a look at green. I used to always have a pattern that I went to, but I forget what it was. I think it was green, then black, then yellow, then red. Green has 450 HP. Let's see here. He can cast Meteor Blast, Solidify, and Static E. And Elegy. He's strong against Sleep, Silence, and Critical. If you Psychopath him, he says, "Are we done here?"
Well, he's done now.
Alright.
I've got a headache. You're totally out of shape. I'm gonna go for black next. I don't like his double attacks.
Yeah. So what we have here is pink is the healer, green is the mage. Both of them have the lowest HP. Black is your DPS. So he's got pretty decent HP in defense because he's the melee. He's got to go in there and get roughed up some, but he also hurts a lot. Yellow is your tank. So you save yellow for like near last because he's not as dangerous, but he will soak up damage like a sponge.
He's an HP sponge.
Okay, what's black got? Let me take a look at black.
Bombs.
So black has 550 HP. He has a magic attack of 4 and a regular attack of 140. He has bomb toss and spritz bomb.
Yeah, he's just did spritz bomb on Gino.
He is strong against fear, sleep, and critical. And if you psychopath him, he says, "Your timing stinks."
I'm working on it.
In combat, it can attack twice in one turn, or occasionally 3 times. Yeah, that's rough.
Hey, Black, go high. Now go low. Slow.
And that's blackout.
Aw, computer went out.
Aw. Yellow.
I broke my shades. Serves you right.
So yellow's the tank. He has 600 HP, the highest of everyone we've seen so far. Magic attack of 6. Regular attack of 170, so I think he hits harder than black, but he doesn't have that double attack. He can use bubble shot and body slam. He's strong against thunder, poison, sleep, and critical. If you psychopath him, he says, "We're looking good."
Gino's dead.
Darn it, Gino.
That's what I get for putting work pants on him. Yo, Red. What? I'm hungry.
And that's and that's yellow out. Finally, Axem Red.
Hey, look what we get to do for the first time ever.
Huh. Now, Axem Red is probably the most well-rounded, but also bulkiest of all of them. He has 800 HP and an attack of 150, which is nothing to sneeze at. So he's not going to be hitting quite as hard as black or yellow, but, like, he doesn't go down. He's got 800 HP. He can also use Vigor Up and Glowing Shot, which I think Vigor Up is the one that raises attack.
Yeah, he did that earlier.
So, again, he's your well-rounded team lead kind of person. He's strong against fire, fear, sleep, and critical. I think critical, I know critical means, or at least I'm pretty sure critical means if you hit him with Geno Whirl, you can't do the 9,999 damage. But I think it also means if you do the timing on spells, it doesn't do additional damage to him or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. If you psychopath him, he says, "I'm all thumbs today."
He did drop the star earlier.
Yeah.
See, I noticed whenever the screen kind of darkens a bit. Uh-oh, he's doing something. I was gonna say when the screen darkens a bit, I notice their sprites stay the same because because the backgrounds don't change. But that head kind of stays the same brightness as they do.
Maybe it's just some kind of set piece or something.
Uh-oh, the thing came to life.
And now, the true boss! Axem Rangers! You're actually fighting Blade, sort of. Though it's listed as Axem Rangers. He has 9,999 HP.
Force beam engage, maximum charge. Now fire the breaker.
Breaker beam!
Game freezes. Oh no.
That's only on ZSNES.
And we're playing on legitimate sources.
So Breaker Beam is considered magic. He actually has an attack of 0, but all he does is Breaker Beam, which is based on magic attack. Which is 120, not that great, but it hits everybody. He's strong against fear, poison, sleep, silence, and critical. And if you psychopath him, he says, it's a melee!
That was the second game. Which everybody fucking loves for some reason. Recharging.
So he can't use it every turn. But otherwise, you just gotta...
Hyper Beam.
Otherwise, you just have to power through his 9,000, or, that's a lot of HP. 999 HP. So, yes, if you play through Mario RPG on ZSNES, Breaker Beam will crash your game. Just as a heads up to anybody. I don't know why people like ZSNES. I know back in the ROM hacky days, people liked it because it could rewind. But, like, now that ROM hacks aren't a thing, I don't really know why people still use ZSNES. It's the... Of all Super Nintendo emulators, it's actually the least faithful to the original.
I don't know, I got that Mega Man Legacy Collection for the Switch, and they had a rewind button for the first 6, and it is fucking fun. Because I love jumping into the spikes and go like, yeah! And then just rewinding back and go like, man, that was weird. My favorite one is when the bosses come down, they just go like, their health bar goes up, and I go like, oh wait, I forgot something.
Funnily enough, because ZSNES is... I'm just gonna harp on ZSNES for like 3 seconds. Because it's... Because it's...
broke their ship, and we're on it right now.
Oh, that's bad.
Anyway.
Because it doesn't emulate nearly as faithfully as a lot of other emulators, it just runs into problems in a lot of games, here and there. And funnily enough, I remember a conversation I was in about
wondering what happened there for a second. It's like everything froze, and I was like, "Oh my god, did your shit talking emulators just crash this completely legitimate gameplay thing we're doing right now?"
I was in a conversation, or I was listening to a conversation between a couple speedrunners a while back, and I remember one of them asking if that's a lot of flashing. I remember one of them asking, like somebody new, asking if there were any game-breaking bugs that prevented them from playing the randomizer with ZSNES. And one of the other more experienced speedrunners said, ZSNES is a game-breaking bug.
That's what I thought they were going to say. I thought they were going to go more in line with, like, yes, there is one. It's called ZSNEX. Where could that last star piece be?
I mean, who knows? But look at what we have. Oh, now what? I mean, we got it. I guess let's go back to Nimbus Land?
Yeah, we're done here.
Yeah.
Well, if we have no clue where to go next, where do we go to talk to someone? Where do we go to get their advice?
Frogfucius!
Which you'll be going to next time.
Oh.
Until then, everyone. To do now.
Until next time, everybody.
When Naka finally takes over for the last part.
Oh, man!
God, how many videos was that with me playing this whole thing?
Oh, it's like 50. Man, this arc was long.